Welcome to Failbag.
Whoa!
Once again, there were a lot of complaints last week that we didn't have a Failbag.
Sometimes we don't have stuff.
Yeah. Our complaint is you didn't care enough to write a frickin' email or make a comment.
So basically, like every other week before that,
Right.
before we started doing
Failbag on even a remote.
Le Failbag.
So, specifically, Robin said...
I don't know, Bob. I think. Did you change your hair?
What do you mean?
Oh,
I'm trying a new mousse. Yes.
Neat.
Robin said, hey, I asked you for your top 5 from Innistrad last week.
He didn't really ask.
He kind of said that if we didn't do it, we should kill ourselves.
It was more of a bullying thing.
Okay, well, he's a bully and he's going to win.
Oh,
because this week...
Yeah,
That's
bullies
pretty much
always
what
win.
you're
Remember that, kids. Bullies always win.
Thanks, Bob.
So, I'll just start. I'll give my top 5 from Innistrad. We had a couple rules added because Robin was a little
Vague.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was kind of like, hey, what are the 5 mythics? Great, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you look it up yourself? But no, we said only 1 rare or mythic.
I don't think I picked any.
Couple uncommons.
Yeah, and then the rest
couple
of them
commons.
because that way people might actually be able to get something out of it.
Sure.
So, my top 5, Bonds of Faith. I love Bonds of Faith. Pacifism or a +2/+2 on humans. Just great spot for it.
Yep.
I have the Stitched Drake. So 3/4 for 3. That's flyer.
You took mine. You sold it for me.
Okay. Villagers of Estwald. It's one of the werewolves that switches, and for 3 mana he's a 2/3, but he becomes a 4/6. Common.
Yeah.
I bet that guy can just lay a beating. Inquisitor's Flail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very intrigued with in kind of a infect deck.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to abuse it quite yet, but I want to explore that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also really like Bloodline Keeper, like as my big rare that I'll probably never see, who can flip over to that.
Indeed.
Keeper of the lineage or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
and he can create 2/2.
I can see that. I can
vampires.
see where you're coming from.
And he makes power, and then he makes them more powerful
Right,
once he
indeed.
flips.
Like almost same gears. So yeah, those were my top 5.
All right. Mine, Ashmouth
I
Hound.
can't wait for this.
It's a 1 red, 1 colorless. It's a 2/1. And when it becomes blocked or is blocking, it does 1 damage to the creature that's doing it.
Oh, okay, I remember
So,
that one, yeah.
As one of them is but man, if you get 2 of them out, they turn into a really nasty blocker. All of a sudden, you're killing them before they ever have a chance to do anything to you.
Basically, you just picked Circle of Flames again, didn't you?
Yes, but it's a creature, which makes it actually more useful.
Okay.
Yep, that's great.
And it's limited to 1. You can attack with a Circle of Flames. Doesn't that not make a Circle of Flames badass?
I was not arguing that.
All right. Trepanation Blade.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's 2 cost. The key part of Trepanation Blade is that it goes off when you attack, not when you do damage to your opponent. So you don't have to get through in order to start milling them for cards and potentially doing buku extra damage because you've turned over a bunch of stuff.
Right.
See, now I wrote down my favorites, but I didn't. I don't have the actual list with me.
But he does have time to talk over me, so that's good. I also said Bonds of Faith.
Wow! What is with you?
Okay, Bonds of Faith.
Bonds of Faith.
You're like Snidely Whiplash over there.
Invisible Stalker.
Again, you stole mine.
1/1 hexproof unblockable creature. I think that it's pretty much immune to everything your opponent might do to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'd have to force you to sacrifice it.
Right. Or do a board wiper.
Sure.
Yeah.
Board wiper.
Then Ranger's Guile.
Okay.
Give hexproof and +1/+1.
Mm-hmm.
Not a huge thing, but being able to slap hexproof on your creature means that you kind of have counter in hex or in green.
Yeah.
And
it's sort of a turn aside.
Yeah. But you're getting +1/+1.
Yeah. And
right,
you can
right.
Still do stuff to it and all that stuff. And then finally, I did have a honorable mention.
Okay.
Creepy Doll.
No.
Not because I think it's an especially good card, but because fuck yeah, creepy doll.
No. I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
My probably honorable mention, just because I love the flavor of it,
Yeah.
is the Heckle and Jide.
Heckle and Jide.
Heckle and Jide.
That's how it was.
Yeah. Jekyll and Hyde, civilized scholar to whatever brood card.
Right, monstrous brood.
I just think that's a really cool.
Yeah, just a nice.
Although it looks a little bit too much exactly like the guy from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which was where originally Jekyll and Hyde came from. That film.
I will kill you.
So, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob is writing his list as we speak.
No, I'm just referencing. Okay, here's one. Rally the Peasants.
What does it do, Bob?
It's an instant for 2 colorless, 1 white. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Flashback is 2 colorless and a red. So it'd be good for the red-white aggro. I think it's going to be, popular.
May also be the name of future draft beer, Rally the Peasants.
Yes. We'll just bring in like everybody we know. Or don't know, for that matter. Obviously, I'm excited about green, but I'm gonna save that for last. Yeah, as I go through.
Like 2 minutes of preparation.
Okay, shut up.
Hey,
Yeah.
you could have asked one of us. We would have made a list for you.
I could have asked one of you too. Let's see, Geist Flame. I think it's gonna be huge. 1 red, Geist Flame's 1 damage and flashback for 4. I think that's gonna be big. Is that whatever. I like it. How many was that?
That's 2.
That's 2?
You've done 2 so far.
Okay. You guys took a lot longer than this, so shut up.
Yeah.
Seriously, shut up.
But
I'm scrolling!
Then there wouldn't be anybody talking, though, Bob. It'd just be...
No.
Well, we could just cut to silence.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. I'm good with that.
Okay, yeah, so let's go to green, right? Ambush Viper. I think that is huge.
Yeah.
It's an instant death touch.
Flash death touch.
Flash death touch.
Yeah.
I think the surprise trick on that, I think green is just so much better than it has been in probably 4 or 5 years. Along those lines, I'm also partial to the Prey Upon card.
Oh yeah, you were telling us about that.
Yeah, it's just finally greens get removed. There's an article on Daily MTG. Everybody knows it. So why are my pictures gone? How am I supposed to do this without pictures?
You just need one more.
I do.
Yep.
Then what? Then
Just lie.
Thraben Sentry.
There we go.
Thraben Sentry.
Thraben
Sentry.
There we go. No, there's a land that there's a land it's green white whatever the Gavin is that the Gavany one that gives all of your creatures +1/+1.
Yeah.
It's like a +1/+1 token.
Yeah.
So it's like 5 mana, but it's a +1/+1 token. How could you not play that?
Yeah. No, some of the land there looked interesting, like the duels with their abilities.
Oh yeah. They're all really good.
So hopefully that will keep Robin quiet for another week.
It won't.
No, it'll encourage him. We're rewarding bad behavior.
Probably enraged him in some capacity.
No, that was me earlier when I called him out on the site for being mean to me.
Yeah, he was. Although
I kind of deserve it.
I paid him.
Well, you dick.
Yeah. I was going to say, at least someone was commenting on the comic book articles.
Yeah.
Even if it was just to say that you'll never get married or whatever.
Yeah, that was great.
But at least it was
there was anything. But he wasn't commenting on the article. He was just, he was commenting on me.
It was a flame war.
It was like a really short, and the flame war was in fact not televised.
And as we said before at the beginning of this, bullies always win.
Yep.
Good job, Robin.
So speaking of bullies, the character formerly known as Ledouche.
Oh yeah.
We bullied him into giving us money.
Yeah, well done us.
Nice.
And in return, He also
gets to starve.
he actually gave us a lot of questions. Like, he sent me an email with, 20 questions in it. Thank you. But he also had the foresight to say, don't eat them all at one time. So, we now have some stockpiled questions, so we should have a regular Failbag for a while.
Are we supposed to tell them that part?
Sure, why not? What the fuck, right?
Yeah. Wouldn't it have been better if we,
if you
surprise them?
How about that?
Every day they come to our site that's not closed down is a surprise.
Anyway, so hey, thanks to everybody who's been
there's
donating.
More.
Yeah, no, I was going to use a couple of his questions.
Oh, okay.
But wait, there's more. It's not sold in any store.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to thank the people who have been donating. I didn't mean to cut you off from that. But his first question is, which card would you take with you to a deserted island?
Deserted island.
Is there a deserted island?
I think there is.
There's maybe a desert island? I don't know there's a
Look it up. Gather, bitches.
I think...
No.
I would take... is there some wine or some nectar or...
what?
I need something to drink there. That's what I'm looking for. Is there an ale? Is there any magic card that's like a booze?
Mm-mm. Elixir of Immortality.
Library of Ling.
Good one.
Howling Mines.
Yes, he slowly drives you mad. I like it. That's good.
Why wouldn't you idiots take one of the dryads with you? There's like 50,000 hot elvish dryads. I'd be like with Sarah Angel. Hey, she's got wings and can fly the fuck off the place. After, the one at the hot lung you love.
I have a question. And this is kind of pedestrian, but I have to ask it. Are we taking, the representation of the card or the card itself?
I think he was implying representation of the card. I was assuming we were just taking the card. That's why I picked Library of Ling.
If that's the case, then I would pick Chaos Orb. And I would scatter it and destroy the island.
Just to be a douche? I would go in either case then. I would go with Sarah Angel.
Okay.
That is the card that made me fall in love with Magic. So
okay, I want to go back on mine. I would take Psychic Venom because that's the card that made him fall out of love with Magic.
He did in fact repeatedly Psychic Venom my islands.
Yeah, that's true. The second question that we're going to use of his tonight, and we've kind of covered it in the past, but how did you guys meet? You just want some background story.
Oh gosh, really?
On us as humans.
It's really
so
easy
we woke up
to.
in a camp. We woke up in a box, and we had to get out of the box, but in order to do that, we had to work together. We killed the other 7 people in the box and used their bodies to make explosives by using the phosphorus in their bones. It was really involved.
What did you steal that story from?
Nowhere. I just made that shit up right now.
Okay, well...
I'm pretty sure he stole that.
I'm going to steal it from you when I write the comic book later this week. Okay. George and I are brothers.
Our brothers. We're actually... This is not like fake television brothers.
Yeah.
In spite of the fact that we look nothing alike.
Yeah.
We are in fact brothers.
Yeah. So that's been going on my whole life.
He's bulky.
And Bob and I, was discussed earlier, met in college. Lived on the same dorm floor.
Mm-hmm.
Bob became a bit of a stalker and followed me around.
What do you mean?
And then eventually I gave in. And
that is not true.
Friends.
That is not what happened.
Okay.
What's your version?
What's your version?
I was really drunk in the hallway, and I fell into your room.
Okay.
And I was really fat at the time, and they're like, I'm not picking that up. And then when
you don't remember any of this. You were too drunk.
And when I finally came to, you said, "Hey, let's go out for some eggs," because that's the kind of nice guy you are. And that's when I started stalking you.
Oh, okay.
So his version it starts earlier.
Yeah, there's actually just a more tragic turn to beginning to that.
But what I want to know is, how did you two meet? I mean,
obviously
me. I was, instrumental in that. But what was the first time you met?
First time we met?
Thanksgiving.
It might have been when we had Bob over for Thanksgiving. Actually, I think the first time I genuinely remember having met Bob,
I'm unforgettable,
was when we were all moving into the house together, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy? And why is he in my house?"
Yeah, I probably should have cleared that with you beforehand.
Like, I was always here. I lived in the basement.
Nobody lived in that basement. Even roaches would live in that basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true. We did all live together at one point in a really awesome party house.
Yeah, when John was there. When I was there, it was not a party house, but John knew that I had to work for 13-hour shifts.
When we were there, it was a LAN party house.
Yeah. We did play a lot of fucking EverQuest.
Yeah.
And sadly, we didn't have the capacity or the ambition to create a website then, because we would have been able to produce content daily.
All the time, because we were in college and we didn't do any of our homework.
Yeah, and I worked 13-hour shifts a week, so I full time, and I had 4 days off with a lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
But
even when you were working,
I was a bum.
Yeah.
So that's that. So that's how we met.
Yep.
55 years ago.
Yeah.
Today, wow, happy anniversary, guys.
You keep track of that?
I don't know.
Are you gay?
What?
No, probably not.
Okay, so
with the wife and kid.
Failbag.
Yeah, I think we have achieved fail.
Yep.
Bag.
Epic fail bag.